But the reason why I say the wig is not a protective hairstyle is because your protective hairstyle is under the wig. The cornrows or whatever twists or whatever you do under there, that is protecting your hair. This is just a protection from society so you can walk outside. Yeah, so you can walk outside and fit in. You said, wait.
Have you ever worn a wig?
Have I ever? No. Well,
Wear your hair and then cover it down. So it's covered. So yes, we have the cornrow, but it's covered, meaning it's not exposed to the sunlight, because if I leave my hair out for a long period of time, depending on how I wear, it gets red, it gets dry, and I don't know.
Excuse me, ma'am. What's the most beautiful thing about black women?
Our natural hair, our personality, our looks, just our charisma.
You said black women's natural hair is their most beautiful trait. How come they always cover it with wigs if it's their most beautiful trait?
Because we have been indoctrinated to believe that we are not beautiful, that the only way we're going to be beautiful is if we have long, straight hair.
So, I mean, but we are kind of free now, are we not? So
We are free, but you remember, if someone puts something in your mind, right?
Right.
It takes a very long time for what to happen?
For you to get it out?
Exactly.
Okay.
What did Bob Marley say? You emancipate yourself when you what?
I never heard
Free your
it.
mind. You got to free your mind.
Right, so how do we get more black women to free their mind? Because the most, like you said, I do agree with you. Their hair is very beautiful, but I don't think they believe that.
I mean, the mental gymnastics, man. I mean, my goodness. Sis, y'all gotta stop it. Now, she essentially saying that, hey, well, we're still conditioned and we're still thinking that today we still have to put on our wigs and put on our weaves because we feel like that's the only way we are able to be accepted in society today, when that is just not the case. That's a false narrative now. I wouldn't say that's a false narrative at the beginning, and to some degree we still have to be presentable. There's nothing wrong with being presentable, but when you have your women who want to come in, their hair just all over the freaking place, and I'm talking about wigs and weaves where they wearing different type of color hairs, and they just all over the place. Of course, a lot of your workplaces are not going to allow that. Of course, your workplaces are not going to allow that. We are not living in a time now. We are not living in a time where they are going to see you with dreads, where they're going to see you with just regular box braids and say, hey, well, we don't want you a part of this company. That's just false. I definitely think we have gotten way past that. And if women have experienced that, please give me some proof. Please just give me some proof. I just want to know. Now, sadly to say, there are a lot of women who would just make up something because they want to have the victim mindset, the victim mentality, which is why they continue to stay in the same positions and have the same issues every single time, supposedly. But this excuse that we're still stuck in a time where we won't be accepted for our hairstyle, stop it. Only if your hairstyle is crazy and you got all these different type of colors in your hair, there's going to be a time and place for that. But when you come into work, you need to be presentable, period. Right, period. Nothing wrong with some braids, nothing wrong with some box braids. You keep it down, you want to put it in a bun, something simple. And I see some women out there who have some Brazilian weave or whatever, and they have baby hairs. And I say that's to some degree still, professional. If you ask me, that's professional. Right, that's professional. But once again, once you start adding extra shit in your head and making your hair looking all types of craziness, right? I'm gonna see if y'all remember the movie Baps, right? Y'all remember the movie Baps? When you have sisters who try to have their hairstyles looking like this, it's like, man, come on now. And it's like, we gotta stop that. We gotta stop trying to feel like victims every single time, trying to make ourselves victims every single time. A good example is men sag. Men sag all the time. Black men sag all the time. That is literally a part of our culture. But we're not going to go into the workplace sagging and saying, well, you can't sit here and, tell me I can't sag my pants. This is part of my culture. How are you going to get mad at me about part of my culture? Right? That's discrimination. No, there is still a standard that is expected to be met. You have to meet it.
Start with the younger generation.
You have a daughter?
Yeah, she wears her natural hair.
Okay.
And I give her praise about it all the time. I tell her how beautiful it looks. Don't worry about what anyone says. Anyone at all.
But what if your daughter goes to school and people are picking on her and they're like, we want you to wear straight hair?
You have to be strong, okay? You have to know who
Like
you
that.
are.
You have to believe in yourself. Others' opinions should never matter. Okay? God's opinion matters. Your opinion of yourself matters, okay? Not anyone else's, because what will happen, you will always go based upon other people's opinion and forget who you are. You'll lose yourself. Have confidence.
And people also say that white women wearing braids is a bad thing. Do you think that it's a bad thing due to like the culture, or do you think they can do what they want?
They can do what they want. I'm doing what I want. Okay? You do what you want.
Right.
I'm not going to hate you for that.
What if there was a movement where people just started running around and taking black women's wigs? Do you think that would be a good thing?
Maybe we'll start freeing ourselves.
So, sis, in a sense, you did kind of contradict yourself, because you're hyping your daughter up and you're telling her she needs to accept her hair. She needs to accept all her natural, beautiful hair, which, once again, all your other men are telling sisters to do, right? But we get backlash for it. But once again, you kind of contradicting yourself, because you're telling them, well, hey, accept your hair, love your hair. But then also at the same time, you're saying that women are still conditioned to cover their real hair because society doesn't accept it, right? We're just gonna run with that excuse, right? That's what she ran with. But yet you're then turning around telling your daughter to accept her hair for what it is, and shouldn't nobody be able to shame your hair. So which one is it? It's either the society shaming your hair and that's why you're wearing the wig, or you telling your daughter that, hey, well, you need to accept your hair, and she's wearing her hair out because she's accepting what her hair is like. Which one is it? Once again, you just contradict yourself. And once again, you gotta love this brother Trey, man, for doing this, because he's able to expose how a lot of you women have been able to contradict the things that they say, make up all the excuses in the world to want to put wigs and weave on their head. Maybe just answer it and say, well, you know what? I just like wearing weaves because, I just like wearing weave. I don't like my real hair. Or, hey, well, you know what? Sometimes I like wearing weave. Sometimes I don't. There's a bunch of weave or box braids, hairstyles, or whatever that I like to have. I mean, be realistic about it, right? Be realistic about it. But then when you turn around and put on blonde hair, that's even worse, because once again, why are you putting on blonde hair? And which is why he asks you, well, what is so beautiful about black women? And you say your hair, you bring up your hair, but yet you want to constantly cover it. Just a bunch of excuses, man. It's just a bunch of excuses. You gotta love how he is asking these questions, and these women just trip all over themselves and just try to play mental gymnastics with you. And then she says that, well, you know what? Hey, it also starts with the children. It also starts with them young. But Trey just proved that in the videos that we did before, where your sisters are upset with other people trying to talk to them about their hair. These young sisters who are children are just coming up with any and everything, coming up with all their excuses as to why they put the stuff in their hair that they do. So you could say it starts young, but I would say it starts before that. It starts with the parents, right? It goes right back to you, mama. You keep saying you're going to say it starts with the children, but then again, look at what the children are saying. Look at how the children are feeling about people who have something to say about their hair.
Let me finish. You just said, ma'am,
and I'm looking at your hair, and it's not long either. So obviously you need to
can I
protect
finish
your
though?
style too.
Can I finish?
You're telling me as a black woman.
Can I finish though?
My
finish?
experience saying, hey, I wear protective style. Stop mamming me.
No. But let me finish though.
You're gonna let me speak.
So wasn't I speaking and then you cut me off? So I don't get to finish?
I hope you have a really blessed day and you really find yourself as a man, because it's giving little boy.
You're just lazy and you don't care about your hair. That's what it is. Because if you were not lazy, yes, you would just, how do I take care of my natural hair? There's thousands of videos on YouTube that teach you. So that's what I'm saying. Today, nobody has an excuse. Nobody.
Right. So then guess who's the one that's pushing that? You just said that, hey, well, listen, I tell my daughter that she needs to love her hair. And I'm pretty sure that most of your mothers, your black mothers, have the exact same stance. All you're doing is just contradicting yourself. But let's continue.
Yes, you can.
All right. In terms of the hair,
yes,
there's a flip side to that. hair care for the black woman is different compared to the other textures. It's time consuming, and in addition to that, for me, if we wear the wigs and the extensions, it's protective because we do not have the kind of texture that can withstand all of the rigors of the hair care regimen. So there are times we need to rest, and when you rest your hair, you can rest it in different ways by using a protective style.
But you do know wigs are not protective at all for black women's hair.
Yes, it is.
How so?
Yes, it is. Because what it does is allows my hair to rest. And while, like I said, it's not exposed, I'm not combing it out every day, but I'm able to also place treatments inside of my hair, like the natural oils, and it allows my hair to grow rapidly. So when I take this out, my hair is really, really long because I was able to treat it. It was not under the pressure of the everyday styling and combing and all the different things that we do.
So are you saying that you're protecting you from yourself?
No, I'm
Because
protecting my own hair.
Because like all the combing and all the straightening, you're doing that.
All right, well, let me say this. Our hair is easily matted. You know this.
Yeah.
It's easily matted. It absorbs a lot of oils very quickly because of the texture of the hair.
Right.
And so if I'm going to go to bed and I wrap it up, I twist it up, I sleep. When I get up in the day, I need to loose it out or whatever style you want to go to if you put it in a one. But for me, brushing is key. Once you brush it out, you need to keep it neat. That's just my thing. Some persons, they want to loose it out. For me, I don't want to do that. So it's just resting it over a period of time during my hectic, when I'm working. It is very hectic for me. I don't have that time to be doing all that.
But the reason why I say the wig is not a protective hairstyle is because your protective hairstyle is under the wig. The cornrows or whatever twists or whatever you do under there, that is protecting your hair. This is just a protection from society so you can walk outside. Yeah, so you can walk outside and fit in. You said, wait.
Have you ever worn a wig?
Have I ever? No. Well,
Wear your hair and then cover it down. So it's covered. So yes, we have the cornrow, but it's covered, meaning it's not exposed to the sunlight, because if I leave my hair out for a long period of time, depending on how I work, it gets red, it gets dry, and I don't want that because I like it.
Well, so that's what I mean. Braids, if you put braids in or cornrows, those protect your hair so you can walk outside. Why not?
I don't like braids. It's time consuming. I don't have that time.
But so, I mean, you already have, are there braids under your wig?
Yeah, so I just pull this on.
Yes, so, but you said it's time consuming.
No. When you
So,
said braids,
wait, hold on.
I was thinking
Hold on.
this. I'm sorry. When you said braids,
Oh,
I thought
you're talking about, okay.
Yeah, because those are braids.
Yeah,
those
so-
on the hair
but-
is cornrows.
That's what I meant though. So why don't you wear cornrows out without the wig? That's what I mean.
Like I said, I want to protect it. So I put all my oils, I cornrow my hair, and then I cover it. Just like I would put on a cap, but I don't want to put on a cap.
Guys, it is just so funny with our sisters saying that it's a protective hairstyle, that they want to say it protects it from the sun, as if our hair can get, of course, if you stay in the sun for a long time, but a lot of you women are not staying in the sun for a long time. So to then say, I mean, that number one, that already defeats your argument. You're not staying in the sun long enough for it to damage your hair. Can the sun do some hair damage? For sure. But you're not staying in the sun long enough for it to do some damage to your hair. Like, be realistic. But if we're being honest, aren't us melanated people, don't we benefit from the sun more than your white counterparts do? Your white counterparts can easily get sunburnt. I mean, we benefit from the suns. I mean, just look at our African brothers and sisters and what we pretty much had to live through back in the day, back in Africa, back with the scorching sun, with the scorching heat. When you look at who is more prone to have skin cancer because of the sun, you can see it's your white counterparts, not us black folk. So I could just only assume it would not have that much effect to your hair as well, people. So the fact that the sun really doesn't even affect us the way it does other people just proves our point that our sisters are just lazy. They don't want to fix their hair. I mean, she says it. She doesn't want to fix her hair. She doesn't want to go through all of that. And don't get me wrong, people. I honestly think honestly, I know my sisters has the most beautiful hair amongst any race of woman. If you ask me, right? If you ask me, you can make dreads out of it. You can flat iron your hair. You can make a perm. I mean, you can do so much with black hairs that other hairs can't do. But to then keep trying to use the excuse that the sun is damaging your hair and damaging your skin, come on, Stop the BS. Stop the BS.
This is my choice.
But that's what I'm saying though. When you cornrow it and put the oils in, the cornrows trap the oils and the moisture into your hair already. The wig is not really doing anything but just covering everything up so you can cover the hairstyle. Furthermore, the wigs actually cause more damage than without it, because she's talking about trapping in moisture. Well, as you guys may know, when they put on a wig, they have to put on a wig cap, and that wig cap actually dries out the hair. If you wanted to actually trap in moisture, you would wear like a scarf or some type of silk bonnet or something like that. But these women like to make excuses, and if you actually use your brain and think, you know it's a whole bunch of ludicrous.
My thing is, when I put this on, I'm just saying to you,
Yeah.
I'm not losing my oils. It's locked in there. I cover it up. That's just my thing.
So wait,
That's what I
you're
prefer.
saying if you don't have the wig on and you have cornrows and you put oils
I
in,
don't want dust in my hair,
Yeah.
all this mess. I'm not as exposed
But
to
so
the elements as I am when this is exposed to the elements.
So I've
But
had-
my natural hair is not exposed to the elements when I have this on. That's what I'm saying to you.
So I've had cornrows many times, and every time I take out my cornrows, my hands are very greasy because the cornrows are locking it in. So that's what I'm saying. The cornrows are already doing all the protection you need.
And
The
what about
wig
the
is
dirt?
not
What
needed
about
at
the
all.
dust?
Can I expand on what she's really trying
What
to tell
about the
you?
dust?
What about the dust?
Yeah, I don't have as
What's-
much dust in
ma'am.
my hair as to. No, I'm just saying.
Do you realize we
You have
were?
to understand. No, hold on. You
Oh,
asked me
one
a
second.
question.
Okay, I'll let you go.
You have
The-
choice.
yeah,
So
you have
if
choice.
This is my choice.
Yeah.
I'm just explaining to you why I do this.
Right.
This is my choice.
Right. But no, you're talking about the dust. Do you understand? Before society and before civilization, we all lived in the wilderness. So do you really expect that God made us and we can't get dust in our hair? Like, come on, man. Thank you for watching the video. If you would like to watch the full video, you can go to the first link in the description and subscribe at patreon.com. Not only will you get access to the rest of this video, but you'll also get access to over 100 heated debates. Any of my most viral clips that you've ever seen are going to be there. Not only are you getting access to exclusive content, but also you're helping me push the movement of natural hair. I push this movement in more of a entertaining way so people can kind of digest the content and it can be entertaining as well. So if you would like to help me out, go to patreon.com. It's only $2 to sign up. Thank you.
Once again, just making excuses. So, I mean, you're going to really bring up that, hey, well, what happened to all the dust get in my hair? Man, then just go home and wash your hair. At the end of the day, dust get in my hair all the time, and I just go home and go wash my hair. That's why shampoo exists. That's why conditioner exists. But you just want to keep making the excuses. Well, I don't want to have to wake up in the morning and have to constantly keep, messing with my hair. Okay, if that's the case, then how about you just cut all your hair off? Because as long as you have your hair, you're going to have to constantly keep fixing your hair, and you're going to have to constantly keep spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars just to get some weaves, just to get some wig. And the sad thing about it is it then becomes a man's expense because, hey, babe, can you get my hair done? Can you give me some money so I can get my hair did? Come on, man. Go ahead and go get yourself a boosie fade. Go ahead and get yourself a low cut. But your woman will not do it. And then to say that, well, you know what? Hey, well, it locks in, the weave locks in the moisture and the oil. And the dude is pretty much saying, hold on, I had cornrows before. And after you didn't have cornrows in your hair for a while, once you take it out, you're going to have a bunch of oil on your hair because your hair just naturally produces oil, right? Keeps your hair oiled up, and then you're putting some other natural oils into your hair. Like, come on, man. And you can do all of that at night. You don't have to do that every single day while wearing some weave. Like, once again, man, women just come up with any and every excuse to try to get over, and we can see it clear as day, people. We can see it clear as day. So, shout out to man Trey. We definitely are going to have to sign up for that Patreon. I definitely got to go ahead and sign up for that Patreon. I love the work that he is doing. Definitely like doing these small clips that he is putting out. But for the most part, y'all already know I'm going to leave the link to his channel down below. Do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know down below, what do you guys think?